Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm taking a look at these, which is a $30 pair of smart glasses I got on Temu. Now they seem to kind of incorporate some of the features of the Ray-Ban stories that cost a lot more than that. So how good is a pair of $30 smart glasses? Let's find out in today's review, starting with the unboxing. In this box are a pair of smart glasses. I paid $32.37 for these on Temu. They are described as digital sunglasses that includes a 1080p video recorder. It comes with a case, very high tech, very good. We have an SD card, 32 gig it looks like. We have a user manual. Hopefully this is well worded. Some things from Temu are usually not. Microfiber cloth, that's nice. Charging cable. Well, it's a pretty complete setup, I'll say that. And the glasses themselves. And they feel very cheap. They're not even sunglasses. It said do they dim outside? I don't think they do. So they're basically just non-functional glasses that supposedly have some sort of a video recording feature onto them. All right, looking at the instructions here, looks like the charging port is right here. There's a button right here. The camera is right here. Apparently that little dot is supposed to be an indicator light. Somewhere I've got to find a spot where this goes as well. So I'm gonna look these over, see what's going on with these, and then we'll get started. I was reading the instructions last night and it says they're not really for use in low light. So you can really only use it in bright sunlight and bright daylight. Yet they didn't make them into sunglasses. Like, if you can only use them in bright daylight, why are they not sunglasses? I'm walking around with these glasses that don't do anything. They're just glass. They're not prescription, they're not sunglasses, they're nothing. What I like to do first is the instructions say that it's gonna save the files in 3-minute chunks. So I'm gonna take a relatively long walk around the park and I'll see if that does save into 3 or 4 chunks. Now the first thing we're supposed to do to turn this on, there's a button right in here. I have to reach inside here and hold this for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Okay, see the light? All right, so it went from a blue light, went off, now a red light is on. So I think if I press and hold this, it should blink a couple times. 1, 2, let go. I don't think it blinked. I'm trying to look at, okay, hold one more time. 1, 2. Okay, it blinked 3 times red. I don't know if that means it's recording or not. There's no way to tell. So I'm just gonna walk around and hopefully it's recording. I have to try this a couple times. I don't even know. The light's not on. I think when the light's not on, it means it's recording. That makes no sense. So no light is recording, I believe. Walk around the park, and I'll check back in a little bit. A quick timeout before I show you that first footage I filmed at the park. I have a total of 4 clips there. The first 2 flicker really badly. The second 2 don't, the ones in my car. So if flickering video will bother you, please skip ahead a little bit because I'm going to show a little bit of it, not a lot, but just enough to give you an idea of what I encountered. It didn't start off flickering, it kind of started flickering halfway through the first clip. So here's how my video began, when it started flickering, and then we'll take it from there. There should be audio in here. I see a couple birds. What happens when I walk right to the birds? How would that motion look? What's up, birds? And they're not afraid. They're not afraid. You're not afraid, are you? No idea if this is recording or not. I also think there's no battery indicator. I don't remember seeing any. Oh, I hear a lot of barking up there. All right, let's see. I don't even know if I'm recording. I'm guessing I am. I'm gonna hold this down for a couple seconds if I can see it. 1, 2. Now it blinked 3 times and the red light went on. So I think that means I was recording, and I think that means that it went off. So that's a good thing. I guess I need to go home and check this before I get too much further. But initial observations is, number 1, the controls aren't real intuitive. You would think that the light being off when you're recording, it's kind of weird. I believe there is sound. I'm sure there's no stabilization. This is where the SD card goes, right in there. And when you plug it into your computer via this port, this SD card does show up as a removable drive. The SD card was kind of a pain to get in there, even harder to get out, so good thing you have to remove it to get your data off there, so you can just leave it in there. I'm just wondering if I can use these in my car like as a dash cam. A really dumb idea. I'm just curious. Let's see. Glasses off. Turn this on. 1, 2. Okay, the red light's on. All right, these are not sunglasses, or it's very bright. So let me try this one more time here. Do I go from under or over? It's so awkward to reach this button. Why couldn't it be on the bottom or something? It flashed 3 times, so I think that it's recording. We'll see. Anyways, I'm heading home. Something else that the instructions say is not to point it right at the sun, which I think I'm doing right now. You know, something else I'm kind of wondering about these glasses now. Maybe not, the car is probably a bad example, but You know, your tendency sometimes is to move your head quickly, look around at your surroundings. How's that going to look on this camera? Let's see. I'm going to a stop sign right now. Let me just look both ways. Let's see how it looks in this camera. How did that look? We shall see. Let's try a quick comparison here. I'm going to try these cheapo glasses versus an iPhone 14 Pro Max. I'm going to hold them side by side and go back and forth. The audio and the video. Here we go. Can I see this red light in the daytime? Okay, it's on. It's on. 1, 2. All right, this should be filming. They should both be filming. Here we go. Side by side. There's Bailey down there. Bailey. All right, let's walk. I'm guessing that the stabilization is going to be significantly different. Take a look down. Take a look over. Walk over here to Bailey. Bailey, what are you doing? Let's see how this looks. All right, so I've been kind of editing the video I shot so far. Now, I should point out one thing. I'm calling these fake Ray-Ban stories, but they don't really resemble the Ray-Ban Wayfarer style. I'm just saying Ray-Ban stories because that was like the first major glasses to have a camera in them. So don't be getting upset with me. I'm just using the most popular example of glasses with camera in them as my example. I understand that they don't look like Ray-Bans. Number 2, I mean, it already looks terrible. I mean, what you can tell. I could probably stop the review right here and nobody really would miss out on anything. But I'm heading down to Town Square, which is kind of a cool place to film. And second of all, I really haven't filmed anything in low light. There's an arcade down there, which I always go to when I'm in Town Square. I'm gonna hit that arcade and I'll film inside there with the dumb glasses. Did I say dumb glasses? I'll film down there with the Temu glasses and we'll get a sense of how they look in low light. So the next stop, we're gonna have some different lighting conditions down at Town Square, a little bit of walking around, maybe at a restaurant, just a whole bunch of different scenes, and we'll see if the glasses look good at any of them, because so far I'm not too impressed. Let's head down to Town Square and see how those glasses hold up. So let's take a look at the pros and cons now. I would say that it worked out of the box. It really wasn't that difficult to set up, so that was good. It did come with an SD card. Some people online said that they didn't get one, but I did. It was inexpensive, and the audio was surprisingly good on there. Unfortunately, I have a bit longer list of cons. The biggest con is the video quality isn't very good. The controls aren't very intuitive. The light either means it's off or recording, one of the two. It goes into standby after only a minute, so you're really just mostly wearing these glasses that you're going to have to turn on and start recording if you want to capture anything. At least the Ray-Ban stories were a functional pair of sunglasses when you weren't using them. Video-wise, they say it's 1080p, but it looks more like about 1990s 480p that's been upscaled. The highlights are completely blown out. They say it's not good in low light. It also wasn't good in bright light either, so it's not good in low light or bright light. Outside, all the colors were oversaturated and unnatural. There are compression artifacts. The focus is blurry. There's a rolling shutter effect. There is no stabilization. And of course, sometimes the final output flickers and you don't know that until after you filmed it. I tried a couple times to set the clock with the text file that's on there. It never seemed right even after I set it. So to me, these $30 smart sunglasses aren't sunglasses and they're not smart. But at least now we know. But that's all I've got. If you've tried some smart glasses like these, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching and I'll see you next time.